Hi folks, Max from Root Nexus5.com. That's my new site. Don't forget to sign up for my email list there if you want to follow me with all the custom ROMs and all the stuff I'm going to do with the Nexus 5. Let's go ahead and root it. I'm going to show you with Windows computer, but you can also do it. I've included all the files you need to do it with Linux or Mac. And also, I do have the commands listed on my site at rootnexus5.com. Just follow along, and then just follow the commands I have at rootnexus5.com for Linux and Mac. It's pretty much nearly identical. Linux Mac is actually easier. You don't have to install the drivers. You have to replace the adb and fastboot commands with adb-linux or adb-mac or fastboot-mac or fastboot-linux instead of just using the Windows commands. So let's go ahead and do this. In this root method, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to back up all of your app settings, app data. For example, it's going to be able to save some of my app data from like third-party apps such as my Tiny Cam monitor, which monitors my house. It's not going to store, or it's not going to save your Twitter and Facebook passwords and stuff, anything that needs authentication. That's not going to save, but it's going to save all of your levels on your Angry Birds level 50, all that good stuff. If you don't need to back up your stuff, you can go ahead and skip all the way to, let me see here, step. You can go ahead and skip to the fastboot steps. So go ahead and skip to step 10 or step 10 on my site. Yeah, I'll have instructions if you want to skip all of that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to back up everything, just in case you've been using this phone for a week and you don't want to start over. Go ahead and go to About Phone. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and hit the build number a bunch of times until it says you're a developer. I already did it, so it says you're already a developer. And once you do that, you'll have developer options in the settings menu. Go ahead and go to developer options and make sure USB debugging is checked on like that. All right, and go ahead and connect it to your computer via micro USB cable. Oops. There we go. And let's go to our computer. All right, next you need to download this file called nexus5root.zip. I'll have a link on my site. Go ahead and download that. If you unzip it, go ahead and double click. If you're using Windows, you can probably extract all files. Similar with Mac or Linux, and it'll probably try to unzip to Nexus5root. If not, try to make a folder called Nexus5root under your downloads directory. Go ahead and extract it, and this will have all the drivers for Windows, all the files you need for Windows, Mac, and Linux to root your Nexus 5. And also does have a torp recovery, so you can go ahead and use that also. These are all the files it comes with. Next, if you're using Windows, go ahead and open up a control panel. Go ahead and go to Device Manager. It's under Control Panel, Hardware and Sound, and Device Manager. Now, if you don't know how to get into Device Manager for your Windows, go Google it, please. Pretty easy to do. Let me go ahead and open up Device Manager here. And my computer is a little bit laggy here. I got too many things open, obviously. And it is not want to respond. Give it a second here. And you should see a Nexus 5 here. So go ahead and update the drivers. Do a double click and update driver. And go ahead and go to Browse My Computer for my software. Go to Let me pick from a list of device drivers. Pick Show All Devices. Pick Have Disk. And go ahead and browse to the directory you unzipped. It should be under Nexus 5 root. So there we go, Nexus 5 root folder. Inside there, you'll find a USB driver folder. Go ahead and click on Android_WinUSB.inf, hit OK, and you'll be able to choose Android ADB interface. Go ahead and click Next, say yes, and this will install drivers, basically ADB drivers. And you should have something like Android ADB interface. Now, if you saw this already in the beginning, you don't have to reinstall drivers. I'm just showing you how to install drivers. So once that's done, we're going to go ahead and open up a command prompt or terminal in Mac or Linux. If you don't know how to open a terminal in Mac or Linux, please Google it. Go to Start Search for Windows and type CMD. This is how you open up a terminal or command prompt. And next we're going to go ahead and go into the Nexus 5 root directory. So go ahead and type cd downloads first, like that. Enter, and then type cd space Nexus 5 root. There we go. And one of the shortcuts you can do in Mac, Linux, or Windows, you can go ahead and type the first 3-4 letters and hit the tab key on your computer, and it'll fill it in for you. So that's how you do it. So let's go ahead and do this. Next, we're going to go ahead and type ADB devices. All right. This will show us whether our device is connected or not. And for Mac or Linux, go ahead and make sure you do chmod 755* first for Mac or Linux. And instead of ADB devices, it's going to be /.adb-Mac devices for Mac, and also Linux is going to be just like that. So you're going to replace every ADB that I do with Windows with either /adb Linux or adb-Mac. And also same thing with fastboot. So let me go ahead and do ADB devices, and this will probably actually pull up something on your phone. So go ahead and do that. And this should pop up a USB mode. See, it says offline. Now it is on. And go ahead and unplug it and plug it back in. And it should probably not ask you, oops. It'll probably ask you if you want to allow connection here. For some reason, it's not happening. If this happens to you, it does happen for your Windows computer. Go ahead and open up a task manager on your Windows computer, Control-Alt-Delete. And go ahead and erase adb.exe and process. And just try it again. And it should work the second time. All right, it's still offline. Hold on a second. All right, it turns out that I'm using a USB 3.0 hub, and it wouldn't actually pop the window. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it straight into my computer. Let me show you this. So this is a USB port straight on my computer. And when you plug it in, you should get a window asking for permission here. Oops, doing it the opposite way. And once I plug it in, you should see allow USB debugging, hit OK. All right, and then we'll be able to go to the next step. All right, try typing in ADB devices again and enter. You should actually say online now. I'm not sure why that's doing that. All right, I replugged it. It should work. Oh, there we go. Finally got it working. I'm not sure why that happened, but you need to get device before we can go to the next step. So next what you want to do is we're going to go ahead and back up everything. We're going to type ADB space backup space minus APK space minus all space minus F space backup.ab. Basically this will back up. Go ahead and hit enter. And go to your device, and it should ask you back up my data or do not back up. Go ahead and press back up my data. Let me show you actually real quick. Go ahead and press back up my data. This will start backing up all of your app settings, app data. It's not going to back up your personal photos and videos and stuff. So I'm going to let that go. And let me switch the camera angle again. All right, it's backing up. And also, if you go to your phone, it might ask you for a password. If you want to encrypt your data, you can also set a password there. But I'm not going to. And I'm going to let this back up. This should take anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. So I'll be back. All right, if you see this, it means it's done. Let's go ahead and unlock the bootloader next. All right, next we're going to go ahead and power off our Nexus 5. Hit OK there. And then next we're going to go ahead and hold down the volume down and the power. We'll go ahead and hold down the volume down first, and then we're going to go ahead and hold down the power button. Oh, it actually started. There you go. And you should be able to see these menus here. Go ahead and go to recovery mode. All right, and go ahead. Oh, sorry, not recovery mode. Go ahead and connect it to your computer via micro USB, and I'm going to actually connect it to straight to my computer like I did before on my other side over here. All right, and let's go to our computer. Now, if you're using Windows, you will have to reinstall the drivers just because the way Windows works. And so go ahead and go to Device Manager. For Mac or Linux, you can go ahead and skip this step. You don't need drivers. I'm going to go ahead and open up Device Manager again. I'm going to update whoops, I'm going to go ahead and update the drivers. And there we go. And you'll see the Android guy here. Go ahead and update the Android. This is the Nexus 5. Go ahead and hit update driver. Same thing, browse for my computer. Let me pick from a list. Show all devices. Have disk. Point to the same directory. USB driver, Android _ Win USB inf. Hit OK. Choose Android ADB interface. Hit next. Yes. And this will actually install the fastboot drivers. The reason why you have to do it twice is actually in a different mode, and your computer thinks it's a new device, so that's why you have to reinstall it. Now, if you do see this, sometimes you don't have to install the drivers, then you can skip this step, obviously. All right, and next, let's go ahead and do the deed. Let me go ahead and zoom in here. With all Nexus devices, this is how you unlock the bootloader. Just type fastboot space OEM space unlock. And of course, Mac, you're going to have to replace it with /fastboot-Mac and /fastboot-Linux. Go ahead and do that. All right, and you'll be able to go on your phone. Let me go ahead and do this. Sorry. My USB 3.0 hub just doesn't work good with the this stuff here. And go ahead and select yes using the volume buttons there. And hit the power button. Oops, did that work? Yes. And it says it's erasing down here. It says lock state unlocked. And give it a second here, it's erasing everything. So unlocking your bootloader does erase everything on your phone. And it is done, so it's been unlocked. Go ahead and start your phone, all right? And let it boot. And I will be back when it fully reboots. When it reboots, go ahead and sign in again. You'll get the welcome screen just the day you got the Nexus 5. And also, you should have backed up all your photos and videos because this erases everything. So definitely do that. All right, and I'll be back. All right, my phone has rebooted. So I'm going to go ahead and just sign in real quick here. I'm going to skip everything. There we go. And once you're signed in, the reason why you have to sign in, if you don't sign in, you won't be able to actually connect it as a disk drive. So that's why you have to sign in. Once it's done here, got to the main page, go ahead and connect it back to your computer via micro USB cable. And we'll be able to copy one of these files here. Go ahead and copy update-supersu blah blah.zip. This is the SuperSU file. Go ahead and copy and go to your Nexus 5. Copy it anywhere here, anywhere on your internal storage of Nexus 5. And once that is done, we're going to go ahead and put it into bootloader mode again. Same thing. So go ahead and turn it off, power off, and it's going to be volume down and the power button. Volume down, hold it down, and the power button. 1, 2. All right, 2 seconds. Go ahead and connect it back to your computer via micro USB cable. All right, and this time you don't have to install any drivers because it's in the same mode. Next, we're going to go ahead and do the final process of flashing toward recovery, so we can actually flash the SuperSU file and get root. So go ahead and type fastboot space flash space recovery space. Type OPEN and then hit the tab key on your keyboard and it will fill it out for you. And also Linux and Mac users, don't forget to change that to /fastboot-Mac and /fastboot-Linux. All right, go ahead and hit enter. And this should flash the recovery. And we're pretty much done. Let me go ahead and change the camera angle. All right, next we're going to go ahead into the torp recovery that we just installed. Go ahead and go down to recovery mode, hit the power button. All right, go ahead and clean this up. And this should boot you into twerp recovery. There we go. And this is very easy to use. We're gonna go ahead and root it now. Go ahead and hit install. Go find the file, the update SuperSU you copy, you file, sorry, the file you copied over earlier. Sorry, I'm making way too many videos today. I had to make the unboxing video and this video. Go ahead and confirm to flash, and this will actually root your phone. Go ahead and reboot system now. and you should have a fully rooted Nexus 5. And I'll go even a step further and show you how to restore all of your apps with settings. And as far as personal photos and videos, you should have backed it up onto your hard disk, copy it back after rooting. So I'm gonna let this start real quick. And you're gonna have to go through the same process since your phone has been reset. So what you're gonna do is go to settings, go to about phone, and go ahead and hit the build number a bunch of times. Alright, hit the back button, go to developer options, connect or hit USB debugging on, alright, and then you'll have to go connect it back to your computer, and it should pop up the USB thing that I was talking about earlier. And we're just gonna have to do this because my USB port that's gonna actually be able to let me show you stuff. It's gonna be on this side. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and connect it, and it will ask you, it should ask you, try typing on your computer, type ADB devices like you did earlier, and it says offline. I don't know why this time it's not popping up. I'm going to try one more time. Oh, there we go. So go ahead and allow USB debugging. All right, and that is on. And let's go to our computer. All right, next go ahead and type ADB devices. For some reason it says it's not. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it and plug it back in. This can be kind of finicky. All right, I'm going to hit allow USB debugging again. There we go. And once you get device, we're ready to go to the next step. Next step is pretty easy. Go ahead and type ADB restore space backup.ab. All right, this will restore all your backup from backup.ab, which we saved. Go to your device, and it should say, do not restore or restore my data. Go ahead and hit restore my data. And this will actually start the restore process. And I will show you here in a second. So it is restoring. If you get any forced closes like that, just hit OK, and it will still restore. And it is restoring there. And I'm going to let it do the rest of restoration of my apps and data. So I'll be back. Now sometimes restoration might hang, so I'm going to go ahead and actually do a Control-C to end it. And I'm going to actually go ahead and close up this stuff. And I'm going to try to restore it again because I had that forced close. That's probably why it was happening. I'm going to go ahead and restore again. Now take a close look at your phone and make sure there's no forced closes. If there's any pop-up window, make sure you hit it right away because that might be causing the hang-up. But you can go ahead and rerun the restore again until everything works. And this time it seems like it's working better, and it's restoring my Pandora now. And I'm going to leave it alone now. I think it's working fine now. So I'll be back when this is done restoring. Hi folks, so I've successfully restored the second time without any errors, and you can see all my apps came back, even the actual places I had them there. And let me go ahead and open up my app here. Ooh, it didn't, for some reason it didn't restore my TinyCam. I'm not sure why, but not a huge deal. But it should have restored any apps, with data. And this is still like a beta feature. It's not an official feature by Google, but this should have restore all of your stuff. Last time it worked just fine, but this time it's missing one of my apps for some reason. I'm not sure why. Again, it may depend. Anyway, let's see if we have full root here. Go ahead and go open up SuperSU. If you don't see anything, that means it's been completely rooted. Let me go ahead and sign in and download Titanium Backup app. All right, I've downloaded Titanium Backup app, and boom shakalaka. If you get this, your phone has been fully rooted, and you should be all good to go. Anyway, thanks guys for watching this video. If this video has helped you root your Nexus 5, and also if you learn this method, you'll be able to use it with the future Nexus device, different Nexus device. Pretty much the process is exactly the same. The only thing that's different with different Nexus devices is the custom recovery. So that's why I want you guys to actually learn this instead of using like a one-click script or any programs that can do it for you. You can use those, but there will be times, you know, when you just get the new Nexus 6 that comes out and you want to root it, you don't know how to do it. But if you follow my videos, you'll be able to do it. Just grab the latest twerp or clock from my recovery off XDA. Instructions same as this, and then root any Nexus device. And also works for many HTC devices also. Anyway, thanks guys for watching this video. If this video has helped you root your Nexus 5, don't forget to hit that like button here, subscribe button there, or wherever it is. And also don't forget to subscribe to my email list at my new site, rootnexus5.com. We'll update you once a week once the mailing starts. It probably won't start till next month. But again, thanks guys for watching this video. And as always, stay hoi on Android.